Today we are going to discuss about the human reproduction. In that human reproduction, male reproductive system I am going to discuss now. There are two systems are there. One is male reproductive system and the female reproductive system. First of all, we will see about the male reproductive system. The today's topic is male reproductive system. Testis is the primary male sex organ. Primary male sex organ. Testis is the primary male sex organ. This is the structure of testis and it is surrounded by the scrotum. It is a thin skin which hangs outside the abdominal cavity. Then only the viable sperms can be produced in the testis. To reduce the temperature of the testis only, it is hanging outside the abdominal cavity at least 2 to 3 degrees Celsius lower than the normal body temperature. Then each testis is covered by one more membrane that is called the tunica albuginea. Tunica albuginea. Tunica albuginea. So these are septa. The septa divides the testis into number of lobules. The number of lobules may vary from 200 to 250. And inside this lobule, at least 2 to 4 highly coiled testicular tubules. 2 to 4 highly coiled, this purple color which I have drawn here, this is called the seminiferous tubule. Seminiferous tubule. Otherwise it is called the testicular tubules. Testicular tubule. Seminiferous tubule or testicular tubule. This highly convoluted tubule which forms the 80% of the testicular substances. Totally 80%. And it is the main site for the production of the sperm. These seminiferous tubules are the main site for the production of the sperms. This is a cross section of the seminiferous tubules. Seminiferous tubule. This is the stratified epithelium of the seminiferous tubule. Epithelium. And it is made up of two types of cells, namely the Sertoli cells or nurse cells. This is the Sertoli cell. For your understanding only I am drawing this diagram. And in between this seminiferous tubules, in the interstitial tissue, Leydig cells, L-E-Y, Leydig cells are present. This is the Sertoli cell. These Sertoli cells are elongated pyramid like structure and it provides the nourishment to the sperms till maturation. So here primary spermatocyte, secondary spermatocyte, then spermatid, then finally spermatozoa. It gives the nourishment to the developing sperms. And also the Sertoli cell secretes one more hormone like substance that is called the inhibin. Inhibin. hormone-like substance that is called the inhibin, which act under the negative feedback control of sperm production. If the sperm production is less, it will increase the sperm production. If the sperm production is more, it will decrease the sperm production. I told you the interstitial cells or Leydig cells. This is the Leydig cell or interstitial cell, and this Leydig cell secrete a male hormone that is called the androgen, specifically testosterone. Testosterone, this is the male hormone, namely the testosterone hormone, which initiates the process of spermatogenesis. Spermatogenesis nothing but the from the sperm mother cell formation of the sperm, that is called the spermatogenesis. These cells are endocrine in nature and are characteristic features of the testis of the mammals. And also other cells of the immunological competence. That means what? The cells which are involved in the protection of our body from the germs or microbes or any other disease causing germs, it will give the protection. These cells also present in this region, main part. And from these tubules, small ducts arise from these tubules. These ducts are called tubulus rectus. These ducts, small ducts which are arising from this are called tubulus rectus. The small ducts which are arising from this region are called tubulus rectus. These tubulus rectus, after this tubulus rectus, there is a network of tubes are there. These are called reed testes. Reed testis. And from this reed testis, small tubules which are arising here, these are called vasa efferentia. Vasa efferentia. These seminiferous tubules of each lobule converge to form a tubulus rectus. These are the tubulus rectus. Here I have mentioned tubulus rectus. That conveys the sperm to the reed testis. These are the reed testis. The reed testis is a tubular network on the posterior side of the testis. The sperms leave the reed testis and enter the epididymis through vasa efferentia. These are the vasa efferentia. This is epididymis. Then this epididymis opens into the vas deferens. Singular is vas deferens. This tube-like structure. Vas deferens. This vas deferens joins with the duct of seminal vesicle. See here, this is epididymis and this is the vas deferens, and this vas deferens joins with the duct. This is the duct and this is the seminal vesicle. So it joins with the duct of seminal vesicle to form the ejaculatory duct. This region is called the ejaculatory duct. Here seminal vesicle, this is the vast difference, both joined together. The duct of seminal vesicle and the vast difference joined together forms the ejaculatory duct. This ejaculatory duct passes through the prostate gland. This green color structure which I have drawn here, the circular structure, this is called the prostate gland, and opens into the urethra. This long tube-like structure, here it is called the urethra, which is arising from the urinary bladder. Here only the urine is stored. So from this urethra arises. With this urethra only this ejaculatory duct opens and passing through the prostate gland. This urethra is the final portion, that is the last portion of the male reproductive system, and is used to convey both urine as well as the semen, but at different times. So this is the common pathway for the passage of urine as well as the semen. It opens outside through an external opening that is called the urethral meatus. This external opening is called urethral meatus. The accessory glands which are present in the male reproductive system are nothing but this is the seminal vesicle. These are the pair of seminal vesicle, pair of bulbourethral gland or Cowper's gland. So see here a pair of bulbourethral gland, a pair of seminal vesicle and a single prostate gland. So these are the accessory glands of the male reproductive system. The seminal vesicle secrete an alkaline fluid. The seminal vesicle secrete an alkaline fluid called seminal plasma. The seminal vesicle secrete an alkaline fluid called seminal plasma. So this is seminal plasma, which is alkaline fluid, and it may consist of fructose, sugar, ascorbic acid, prostaglandins, and a coagulating enzyme called vesiculase. Sometimes this vesiculase can be asked for 2 mark question. Vesiculase, which enhances the sperm motility. Important function of the vesiculase is enhancing the sperm motility. The bulbourethral gland, already I told you, bulbourethral gland. These are the 2 bulbourethral glands. These bulbourethral glands secretions also help in the lubrication of the penis. The bulbourethral gland secretions help for the lubrication of the penis. The prostate encircles the urethra, the prostate gland. This is the green color structure. This is the prostate gland. This prostate gland encircles the urethra and is just below the urinary bladder, secretes slightly acidic fluid. That contains the citrate, several enzymes, and prostate specific antigens. So citrate, several enzymes, and prostate specific antigens. Next, semen or seminal fluid. Semen or seminal fluid, which is a milky white fluid. What is the color? Milky white fluid. The semen is a milky white fluid which contains the secretions of the seminal vesicle, prostate gland, and the bulbourethral gland, which contains the secretions of the prostate gland, bulbourethral gland, and the seminal vesicle. In this semen, the seminal plasma is present and the sperms also present. Seminal plasma, which is secreted by the seminal vesicle, and the sperms also present in this semen. Seminal fluid or semen. So I hope students you might have understood the entire male reproductive system. In the next video class I will take the female reproductive system. Thank you students.